We're doing this by the light of the twinkle light today. Welcome to another episode of VLOGMAS. My name's Mare. Today we're wearing the Babes Supporting Babes sweatshirt, and inevitably when I wear this sweater, I also use my Babes Supporting Babes mug. I have no idea why, but today we have my IGA grocery haul, and so I thought I would show you what I've been typically buying, how I've been structuring my groceries, and then I am going to be making soup for dinner tonight, so I thought I would share that with you. Well, I wish I could share it with you, but show you as I make the soup. And then later on this week I have a second soup recipe on the menu, so we're gonna do one girl, two soups, one grocery haul, two soups, whatever I've called this. But let's talk about groceries, shall we? I got asked how I meal prep, and I don't do it as I used to. I used to be super diligent, write out what we were having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Used to do groceries once a week, and I used to try a new recipe once a week. And then when I became a widow, that all went out the window. And I really struggled with that. And my therapist just said to me, as long as everyone's eating, like, be kind to yourself. So to be honest, I don't plan a menu anymore. I like to have one thing basically that I know I can make at the beginning of the week and then eat multiple times throughout the week, mostly for lunches. And then dinners are quite similar. I just kind of always buy the same things and make similar things. That's what works for my very busy lifestyle. Being a student, being a single mom, this is just what works. So I usually on a Sunday is when I have been ordering my IGA groceries, but what I really like about it is that I can order them earlier in the week and then place the order, pick a fulfillment time, and I always pick Sunday. But then once the order's placed, you have until, I think it's like 2 or 3 hours before it's set to be ready that you can go back and adjust. So I'll usually place my order like Thursday, and then the next couple days I'll just go in and add or delete or change or whatever. Like this morning I realized that we were about to be out of potatoes, so I put a 10-pound sack of russet potatoes on the list. It just is so nice to have that like wiggle room and that leeway. And then I just go and pick up my groceries. I request that they put them in paper bags, and here we are. IGA also delivers, but I just pull up, call, they bring them out. It's like contactless, everyone wears a mask, everyone stays far apart. And I have been doing this since the pandemic started in March. I actually had them delivered for a long time, and my mom's too. But I'm gonna show you what I do. So I order the groceries, pick them up on a Sunday, and then usually on a Sunday, if everything is going to plan and I'm feeling up to it, I will meal prep very loosely. What I do is I will make a big salad and have that in the fridge. I will usually have quinoa, like make that so it's just sitting in the fridge. I do 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water, or half water, half veggie broth, and it makes an ample amount of quinoa that I can just eat throughout the week. I'll air fry potato, I'll air fry tofu, and just have things ready, because like I normally have the same thing for breakfast, and then when it's lunchtime, I don't want to be spending too much time in the kitchen because I'm usually mentally exhausted with school and want to just get back to it before I have to pick Thomas up from his school. So while I like to take a break, like a 20-minute to 30-minute break, I don't want to spend that whole time cooking. So That's what I do. That's what works for me. And as we go through these, I'll probably be able to tell you a few other things. Okay. No rhyme or reason. Obviously, we're getting at least one of these, sometimes 2 a week. I love mandarin oranges. Thomas Eggos every single morning. Frozen corn. I am making a corn chowder later this week, so that's what that is for. Now, a lot of bananas. Thomas and I each have one a day. He has a banana with 2 Eggos for breakfast with a mandarin, and I have been putting half a banana in my smoothie. I am on a smoothie kick right now, so my smoothies are usually... This is a very good deal at IGA. It's the Perfectly Imperfect berries. I get this giant stack and work my way through this in my smoothies. Not from IGA, but I get this from Nature's Fair. This is the protein powder that I love, Vega. The protein and greens. The chocolate one's really nice. The vanilla one's really nice. And then I also like Iron Vegan as well. Those are the only 2 brands that I find mesh with my body. So I like that. That's for the smoothie. So that's why I always get so many bananas. Broccoli, which I will often air fry, or I will just quickly like flash boil basically. So a lunch that I'll often have is like a bed of spinach. So I always get a giant spinach, and there's a good chance this will be out before the week is over. So like a lunch for me would be 2 cups of spinach, half a cup of quinoa, some like chickpeas or some tofu, and then a little bit of extra veg, maybe some broccoli, some nutritional yeast, lots of garlic for immunity, and then that's my lunch. So I do that a lot, or that's my dinner, a lot. A pepper of each color. They are for the soup that we'll be making this week. Tons of lemons. I've been juicing again. Oh, and 1 avocado. So I have a lemon every morning, half a lemon to a full lemon in my first cup of water, as you know. Apples as well. Thomas usually takes an apple in his lunch, and then I've been loving apple as a snack with a tablespoon of peanut butter. Been very mindful to get whole grain bread. Low sodium soy sauce. Spray oil for the air fryer, which I use just like a titch of. Some full fat coconut milk in the can. This is gonna be for our corn chowder later this week. Thomas's mac and cheese. I make half the box at a time for him. And then I always in the summer, no, I always try to have juice in the fridge for Thomas in the winter. I don't ever drink juice, really, but just try to keep up his vitamin C any way we can. He usually has 2 to 3 mandarins a day. Ooh. Lettuce, just to mix up the salad. Cucumber is one of the only, this and carrot are really the only veg that he likes. So that's for Thomas's dinners. Scallions for salads. I think this is for the soup. The celery. I'm really into cauliflower and making it almost like a very lazy cauliflower rice or cauliflower mash. The Unicorn makes a really nice shepherd's pie, but instead of potato uses cauliflower, and then instead of ground beef uses like ground round or the cauliflower meat. Mushrooms, and then any guesses? Tofu. I like the extra firm. That's pretty much the only kind that I buy. A couple of tofus. Been very high on the air frying tofu game, as well as the tofu scramble game. And a tofu scramble is another thing. Like, I'll make the full brick with, you know, a pepper and lots of onion and garlic and spinach and sometimes some air fried potato. And then I'll make that, and I think this is it's about 4 servings. So that's nice. If the unicorn's having some too, or if then I can have it like over multiple days, because I know some people only like to eat like something, they only make enough for 1 portion. I like to make many a portion because I don't want to be spending all my time in this kitchen, which is beautiful. It's changed so much since Vlogmas last year. But so that's the typical haul, and the potatoes too. That's pretty much like one thing I love about the IGA app. I don't know if this would show up on camera. Oh, it's not the app, excuse me. The website is that, like, when you go on, let's just see if I can show you this, because I think it's so cool and it makes my life so much easier. This is what I do. How would you rate them? 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see this. If I get rid of my face. There we go. So if you see here, like it just tells you like what to do, what's on sale, blah, blah, blah. This is like categories, this little square here. Past purchases is my favorite. Then it's like, tells you everything you've purchased previously. So honestly, when I do groceries, because I'm not someone who gets any joy out of doing groceries, honestly, I'm grateful to do them. I'm grateful to do groceries. Don't get it twisted. I just go to my past purchase items and I'm just like, yep, ding, ding, ding. Honestly, we eat a lot of the same things. So that seems to really help. Maybe over the Christmas break, I'll delve into like more robust and adventurous meals, but I just want to tell you that if you're like me and you eat the same thing every week, self high five, we're doing it. Like, we can only do so much. So I'm gonna put these groceries away, and then once I go to make dinner and make this soup, I will check in with you and show you that soup and share the recipe. It is from a Canadian chef, cookbook author, what would you call her? Angela Liddon, who wrote Oh She Glows. It's one of my favorite cookbooks, so I'll show you that. And then later this week when I make the other soup, the corn chowder, which is from High Carb Hannah, she is one of my favorite vegan YouTubers. I'm gonna show you as I make that soup too. So that's gonna be today's video. It's gonna be like this plus 2 recipes, and then let me know your favorite soup, your favorite recipe. I'd also like to know, are you like me and you're just like, spinach 3 times a day? Like, we just do what we can, you know? Some frozen peas, that's good for protein. We're all just doing our best, but I don't know. I just want to sort of give you permission if you're like me and you're like not always reinventing the wheel. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna put this away, go do some studying, and then we'll be back at dinner. The Eat Your Greens Detox Soup from the Oh She Glows cookbook, which is linked below. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. I realized at the end, it's not the most like looks appealing soup. It's a bowl of greens, but let me tell you, there's something about that cumin and cinnamon and turmeric. It's a flavor combo I'd never had before, and my mouth waters thinking of making it. I also added the can of chickpeas. That's not in the recipe, but I wanted to add some protein. So, oh, and I didn't have carrots, as you saw. I just kind of like make it. Soup, I feel, is a very forgiving thing to make in most cases. Tonight, I am making High Carb Hannah's corn chowder, and I don't think I need to do any substitutions today. We have everything on the list. Let me show you the ingredients. So it calls for corn, obviously, because corn chowder, garlic powder, half of each of these peppers, so we have that, some red lentils, full fat coconut milk, some garlic, onion, cumin, paprika, and chili powder. And as you saw in the previous video, I always add more onion and more garlic than a recipe calls for. So let's get cracking. And I also wanted to say, with this pot, if you know, you know. Let me know down below if you know. Forgot to mention this in the ingredients. Takes a little bit of this. If you don't have this, just use veggie broth. Tell me down below, do you measure your spices or do you just wing it? This is usually what I do. Also tell me if when you're putting in a spice, you're terrified that you've actually put in something wrong. Like every time I put in cinnamon in my smoothie, I'm pretty terrified that I've accidentally put in like chili powder or cumin or something. I can't be the only one, right? Right? Here is the finished soup. It always gets so foggy whenever I try to show you. I'll put it in a bowl too and show you. Oh, see what I mean? Here is the soup in all of her glory. This is easily one of the best recipes I discovered in 2020. And then I'm gonna have some of this Italian bread from IGA, which great bang for your buck. So she says to have it over rice and also to use an immersion blender and make it creamier, but I just can't be bothered, and it's so delicious. This is the next day and I'm having this for leftovers, which is amazing. And I forgot to say last night that when I have this for leftovers, I like to add spinach, and this is 2 cups of spinach, but wilted down when I warmed up the soup. Adds color, adds iron, gets you spinach in there. Just wanted to mention that. 10 out of 10 delicious. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed these 2 soup recipes. Both of those I've discovered this fall and I love them both so much. Take a shot with your soup if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, tell me your favorite soup recipe and maybe I'll try it in a Vlogmas video. Thanks for watching. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Bye.